All right. Good morning. Nobody with me yet, so that's just you two. I can talk to you guys. Yeah, I gotta pull up my notes here. If you're watching the recording, thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to do a very office-specific stretch. I just led a corporate presentation for a company this morning from one of my clients, and they only had 10 minutes between meetings. So think of this as your midday snack, your movement snack, if you will. And we will focus on some breath work to try to calm your nervous system down, try to help you feel a little more relaxed. And then we're going to focus on moving your body as much as possible, get some blood flowing, and hopefully improve your energy as we go. So the one thing you're going to need for this is some sort of chair or stool. I'm just going to pull this guy over if you guys want to grab those and guide you through a little bit of breath work to start off. I've got my audience off to the side here, so if you see me talking off camera, that's why. So I take a seat, and we're just going to start by taking some deep breaths in, and we're going to focus on our posture while we do that. So let's start by pushing our sit bones down into the chair, spreading your feet out a little bit. And then I want you to think about taking the crown of your head and reaching it as far away from your sit bones as possible. So think of your ears lifting to the ceiling. And we'll just start with a couple deep breaths in through the nose, into the back of the ribs. As you take that next breath in, pull it into your throat. And just softening through the shoulders to the back. One more. All right. So now we're going to fold forward, belly button down over our thighs. We're going to reach across our right leg, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling with our right arm. And again, same breathing, deep breath in. And as you exhale, open the chest towards the ceiling. Take another breath. Exhale, open more. One more. And then relax, come back to the center. Grab onto your left leg. Open up that hand to the ceiling. 3 breaths here. Every exhale, taking a second to go a little bit further. Try to get closer to the ground with your chest. Let's go through that twice more. So we're going to go back to the right side. Sit your hips back as far as you can, and then open up. Good. Switching back over the other side. You guys keep going. How are we feeling over there? When I did this morning, I heard a bunch of people kind of groaning. They were very stiff. Simpreet, how's your flight over? It's not too stiff then. Good. Switch back to the other side. Ooh. See if you can get a little bit further. Open the collarbone to the ceiling, just a touch more. Good. And bring it back once more. Oh. Are you okay? Feel better? Hard work at cooking all that breakfast, eh? All right. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and sit up. We're going to take our arms just through some circles. We want to get some blood flowing here. So start small. Turn your thumbs to the wall behind you and try to really open up those palms like you're holding plates on your hands. And then we're going to get even taller now. Again, sitting up nice and big. Let's get those circles a little bit bigger. Good. And then as big as you possibly can. 10 of those. Good. And let's go backwards, little circles. Open up your chest, your collarbone. As you do, big breaths here. And biggest ones yet. And shake it out. I'm sure the arms are burning a little bit there. All right, so we're gonna stand up. We move the chair off to the side. You're gonna want it handy so you can hang on to it for balance. You guys can just stand to the side there. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm holding onto my chair. And we're gonna do the same thing with our hips now. So we wanna be little circles. So coming from the back, again, hanging on for balance. Think of drawing a circle with your knee. So from back to front. Can we get those a little bit bigger now? Lifting the knee, kicking behind us a little bit. Biggest ones yet. Don't be afraid to move a little bit through your spine. Good. And then backwards, just little ones, baby circles. Emphasize going behind you a little bit. There you go. Bigger now. Just kick your friend. Good. And switch sides. Yeah, so we'll start coming from back to front, little circles. There you go. Big breaths. Good. Bigger yet. There we go. Like you're lifting over a hurdle or step. And backwards now. You got some good range there. Do you do karate? Oh, there it is. So let's see the high kick. Really good. All right, so for the last two, we're going to take a really big step back as long as you can get to a big crescent lunge. Our thumbs are going to be back, collarbone open to the ceiling. We're going to take a couple breaths here as we push our heel towards the ground of the back leg. We're really going to tuck our pelvis underneath, so feel that stretch in the front of the hip. And then step back, other side. Big step back, as long as you can get. A couple breaths here. You can lift your heart to the ceiling. Push the back heel down. And switch. We got two more each side. Get as big as you can from the side. Make sure your hips aren't arched too much. So we want to be here. And then push through. Good. Switch sides. Long stance. You feel that through the front of the hip a little bit. Don't forget to breathe. Let that tension go. Switch. And try to soften here, okay? Your body, if you're in a position you're not familiar with, you're going to feel some resistance, some unfamiliarity. Try to soften through your breath. And switch sides, last one. Really good. Now we're going to pick it up a little bit. We're going to go alternating. And as we do, we're just going to lean over that front leg, but a little bit faster. So step back, lean over that front leg to the side, step back, lean over the front leg. And if your body will allow it, get a little bit lower this time with that back knee. So dropping down to the ground. We do this one in our run club at Kin Culture as our warm-up. Feels amazing if you're a runner, cyclist. This is also a great dynamic warm-up. Two more. And if you are starting to sweat, that is good. That is normal. We need some blood flowing. All right. And we're going to finish off with a little bit of a dynamic one. So if you can put your foot up on the chair, foot out to the side. If your chair is high, don't worry. Yeah. So this one is going to feel a little awkward at first, but all it is you're bending over like you're picking something up off the ground. And then we're going to turn a little bit towards that leg that's on the chair. And we're going to do that same kind of rotation from earlier. So we're going to open up to the ceiling just a touch. We're going to come back down across. Really stick your hips back as far as you can. Use your leg for support. And keep rotating. Think of moving through your ribs here, your lower back and your hips don't really move. So the more you stick your butt back, the less your lower back can get involved. And that's what we want, just rotating through the upper back. And if this isn't accessible for you, just sit up a little taller, do the same thing. Good, and then let's switch sides. So you're here, stick your butt back as far as you can, bend that bottom leg a little bit, reaching across. The side that's up, that arm is going to go. Yep. Try to stick back into your hips a little bit more. So think like deadlift. Oh, it's a tough one. All right. So we'll finish off just a couple closing breaths here. So we'll take our hands up to the ceiling, just like we practiced our posture in the chair. So push your heels down, swivel those hip bones towards the wall behind you, and then I get really, really long, thumbs reaching for the ceiling. Can we take some breaths up into the back of the ribs? And as you exhale, bring your belly button in towards your spine. Get long, really proud with the chest. 2 more. And as we finish with our exhale, let's do a little forward fold. Reach for the ground. Hang out for a couple breaths here. Let go of tension in the back of your legs. Bend your knees if you have to get closer to the ground. Searching for a little bit of room in the back of the legs. And walk your hands over to the left side. Look under the armpit there. Lift the hip a little higher. And soften, bend both legs. Walk over to the right side. Look under the armpit there. Lift the right hip. And slowly climb back up. Check it out. Wiggle those ankles, wiggle those hands. And you've just completed your 10-minute stretch. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Thank you, guys.